Shri Gurubhyo Namaha children. We welcome you to our online teaching academy Ekalaiva. Children, yesterday we discussed about law of diminishing marginal utility under consumption analysis unit. Today we are going to discuss about law of equi marginal utility. First one, what is meant by equi marginal utility? It is the behavior of a consumer when he consumes more than one commodity. Yesterday we discussed about the law of diminishing marginal utility, which was applicable only to the want of a single commodity. But in reality, wants are unlimited, isn't it? And these wants are to be satisfied. So to analyze such a situation, the law of diminishing marginal utility is extended and it is called the law of equi marginal utility. It is also called the law of substitution, and also it is known as Gaussian second law and the law of maximum satisfaction. So these are all the various names for the law of equi marginal utility. Marshall states that the law as, if a person has a thing which he can put to several uses, if he is having a thing which he can utilize for various purposes, then he will distribute it among these uses in such a way that it has the same marginal utility. So he is going to distribute in such a way, his distribution is going to bring same marginal utility. If it had a greater marginal utility in one use than another, he would gain by taking away some of it from the second use and applying it to first. So if, for example, if he is going to invest in production of a commodity, if the profit is more in producing another commodity, then he will be taking some portion of the capital from the first commodity and he will invest it in the production of the second commodity. Now, assumptions of this law. The consumer is rational in the sense that he wants to get maximum satisfaction. So if you run a business also, if you are an intelligent person, so if the consumer is rational, intelligent in the sense, definitely he wants to get maximum satisfaction. So it is common for human, isn't it? If we go to purchase also, we will be selecting. So by purchasing which product we will get maximum satisfaction. So we will go for that, isn't it? So the utility of each commodity is measurable in cardinal numbers. We can measure it. The marginal utility of money remains constant. It remains unchanged. Here in this assumption, the income of the consumer is also given and there is perfect competition in the market. So we discussed about this perfect competition. Many number of sellers and buyers will be there, for example. So there are various features for the perfect competition. So here there is perfect competition in the market. The prices of the commodities are given, and here the law of diminishing marginal utility operates. Next, explanation. The law can be explained with the help of an example. Suppose a consumer wants to spend his limited income. If the consumer has decided to spend his income on apple and orange, he is said to be in equilibrium only when he gets maximum satisfaction with his limited income. Already I told you, if we are taking certain amount to purchase some commodities, or for example you may go to purchase dress. So with the limited amount which your parents has given you, with that you should get maximum satisfaction. Then only the consumer will be in equilibrium. So here When marginal utility of apple divided by price of apple equal to marginal utility of orange divided by price of orange. So that is called K. So here marginal utility of apple by price of apple, marginal utility of orange by price of orange equal to K. So for example, if you have 50 rupees, you are going to, the price of apple is 10. So how much apples you will get? Rupees 20. So if you have 20 rupees and if the price of orange is 5, then you will be getting 5. Here number of oranges, apples also 5, number of oranges also 5, but here you are paying 50 rupees, but in this case you are paying only 20 rupees, but your the number is same. So marginal utility of apple by price of apple equal to marginal utility of orange by price of an orange equal to M. So that is constant marginal utility of money. So this law is called the law of consumer's equilibrium and law of substitution. Now the law of equal marginal utility. In this tabular column you can see units of commodities and total utility of apple, marginal utility, here total utility of orange and marginal utility. So here total utility of apple is 25 and here marginal utility also 25. So you are in equilibrium. Here 45. So if total utility is 45, then you have to calculate marginal utility. So you have to subtract 25 from this 45. So you will get 20. So that is marginal utility. Here in the law of diminishing marginal utility also we calculated in the same way. So again, if the total utility is 63, then you have to subtract 45 from 63. So you will get 8 as marginal utility. In the same way, 78 minus 63, 15, 88 minus 78, 10. Here 92 minus 78, 10. If we come to orange, here total utility is 30 and marginal utility is 30. Here it is both are same. In the same way, 41 minus 30, 11. 49 minus 41, 8. 54 minus 49, 5. 58 minus 54, 4. 61 minus 58, 3. So in this graphical representation, okay, let us have an example. Let us assume that the consumer has given income of rupees 11. He wants to spend his entire income rupees 11 on purchasing apple and orange. For example, we can take the price of an apple and the price of an orange is rupees 1 each. If the consumer wants to attain maximum utility, he should pay 6 units of apples and 5 units of oranges so that he can get 92 for apple and 58 for orange. So no other combination of apple and orange can give higher than 150 utilities, that is 92 plus 58, 150. So here the marginal utility is 4 and here also the marginal utility is 4. So the marginal utility of apple by price of apple is equal to marginal utility of orange by price of orange, that is equal to 4. So in this graphical representation also, A2, A3, B2, B3 lines have not been used for explanation of this graphical representation. So in this diagram, X-axis represents the amount of money spent and Y-axis represents the marginal utilities of apple and orange. If the consumer spends rupees 6 on apple and 5 on orange, the marginal utilities of both are equal, that is 4 and 4. So if we mark the same in the graphical representation, so this is the maximum utility a consumer gets with his available income. Now, criticisms. In practice, utility cannot be measured, it can be experienced, and this law cannot be applied to durable goods. Children, today we discussed about the law of equi-marginal utility with some examples. Tomorrow we will be discussing about consumer surplus. To receive our online lessons, please press the subscribe button and you will receive the latest updates. Thank you, children.